You think the captain runs the ship, fair assumption, but the people who actually control your experience, they're the ones cleaning your cabin, making your drinks, and serving your dinner. And they know things about how cruising really works that you will never find in any brochure. After speaking with crew members from Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Virgin Voyages, I've pulled together 10 secret rules they wish every single passenger knew, including the new filming trap that can get you banned from the ship. But here's what surprised me most. Some of these tips don't just help the crew, they completely change how good your cruise is. So let's go through all 10. And trust me, number 8 is the one that will make you the most unpopular person on the ship if you get it wrong. Below the passenger decks, there's a hidden corridor that runs the entire length of the ship. The crew calls it the I-95. It's on deck 0. Passengers never see it, but it's where everything actually happens. Crew quarters, laundry, kitchens, storage. It's basically a secret city underneath your feet. Now here's why you should care. Let's say guest services tells you no. Maybe a restaurant is booked out. Maybe you want an extra pillow and they say there aren't any. Most passengers get annoyed. They argue. They demand a manager. Smart passengers do something completely different. They ask their room steward politely, because down on the I-95, there's an informal barter system. Your steward can trade a favor with a laundry worker, a waiter, or a kitchen hand to get you exactly what you need. No paperwork, no formal request, it just appears. But, and this is the important part, it only works if you've been kind to your steward from day one. Kindness to that one person doesn't just get your cabin looking nice. It opens doors across the entire ship that you didn't even know existed. This is a new one, and it's catching people completely off guard. A few years ago, crew hated having their photos taken. Now, it's 10 times worse. They're terrified of appearing in your live stream or your TikTok video. Here's why. If a crew member shows up in the background of your video, leaning on a railing, glancing at their phone for half a second, corporate can fire them. Not a warning, not a meeting, fired, off the ship at the next port. So the rule is straightforward. Never film a crew member without asking first. And if you're shooting a cabin tour, close the door. Because if your steward walks past in the hallway and appears in your video looking slightly relaxed, you could end their contract. They won't say this to your face, but it's real. And now you know. Every cruise ends with a passenger survey. Most people rush through it. They tick very good and move on. But here's what the crew told me. A very good rating, corporate treats that as a failure. Only excellent counts. Everything below it is basically worthless. But what genuinely changes a crew member's life is when you mention them by name in the survey. Not just a rating, their actual name, with a sentence about what they did. So on day 1, take a photo of the name badge of anyone who gives you great service. Your steward, your bartender, your dining room waiter. Then at the end of the cruise, write their name into that survey. That single line can lead to a promotion, a bonus, or even a day off. It costs you absolutely nothing, and it means everything to them. This one shocked me. Passengers love leaving their balcony door open. You want to hear the waves, feel the breeze. I totally get it. But on newer ships, Icon class, Prima class, opening that door disengages the air conditioning, not just for your cabin, for your entire section of cabins. The system shuts off to protect the energy grid, and it gets worse. It also triggers a silent fire safety alarm on the bridge. When that alarm goes off, security contacts your steward and tells them to go fix it immediately. So every time you crack that door open and wander off to lunch, your steward gets yelled at. You're not being relaxed, you're getting them in trouble. If you want fresh air, step onto the balcony. Close the door behind you. Problem solved. Passengers love bringing gifts for crew. Boxes of chocolates, t-shirts from back home, little souvenir keychains. The reality? Crew live in tiny shared cabins with almost no storage. Most of those gifts end up in the bin. Not because they're ungrateful, because there's literally nowhere to put them. What they actually want is $5 cash, not a $20 gift basket. $5. Because they can use it to buy Wi-Fi credits to call their families. They're away from home for 6 to 9 months at a time. Inflation hits them too. Cash lets them stay connected to the people they miss most. Skip the gift shop. Hand them a small bill. They'll remember you. Every morning at 9 a.m., 3,000 passengers descend on the buffet at the same time. Every day one, the entire ship lines up at guest services. Crew members eat at odd hours because they have to, but they wish you'd do the same by choice. Go to breakfast at 7:30 or 10. Visit guest services on day 3 when it's completely empty. You'll get faster service, happier staff, and hotter food. Stop doing what everyone else is doing at exactly the same time. Newer ships have destination elevators. You select your floor on a screen outside, and the system assigns you an elevator. Simple. But passengers break it constantly. They hold doors open for friends. They jump into elevators that weren't assigned to them. They hunt for buttons inside that no longer exist. Every time you do this, you crash the algorithm. That gridlock you hate at the elevators, you're causing it. The crew isn't being rude when they don't hold the door. They're keeping the system running. Trust the algorithm. Wait your turn. Everyone moves faster. This is the one crew dread more than anything. Passengers flushing flushable wipes or feminine products down the toilet. On land, that's a clog. On a ship, it breaks the vacuum suction system for an entire deck. One single wipe can disable the toilets for 50 other cabins for 4 hours. And the crew can trace exactly which cabin caused the block. They know it was you, and they will absolutely despise you for it. Only the supplied toilet paper goes in the toilet. Everything else goes in the bin. No exceptions. You board the ship at noon. Your cabin isn't ready yet, but you think you'll be clever and sneak in just to drop your bag. Here's the problem. Room stewards are on a strict turnaround timer. If they see a bag in the room, they're legally required to stop cleaning or work around it. You've just slowed them down by 30 minutes and ruined their only break of the day. Wait for the cabin's ready announcement. You're not being smart by going early. You're making their job harder. When a port gets skipped because of wind or rough seas, passengers lose their minds at guest services. They scream at the excursion desk. They blame the crew. But here's what the crew want you to understand. The captain isn't skipping the port to save fuel or annoy you. They're doing it so the ship doesn't slam into a pier. The crew has zero control over itinerary changes. Yelling at the excursion desk worker because it's raining in Nassau doesn't fix the weather. It just makes you the villain of the week in the crew mess hall. So, those are 10 things the crew wishes you knew. Treat them like professionals, respect their space, use their names in the survey. Do that and you won't just have a good cruise, you'll be treated like royalty. But knowing how to treat the crew is only half the equation. You also need to dodge the tourist traps that destroy your budget. So watch this video right here where I break down the biggest cruise ripoffs and exactly how to avoid every single one. See you over there.
Most people think cruise secrets are just fun tips, but honestly, they are wrong. Real cruise secrets are about survival. They are about keeping your money in your pocket, and they are about keeping yourself out of the medical center. I analyzed advice from over 1,000 experienced cruisers, and well, I found a disturbing pattern. The pros are doing the exact opposite of what the cruise lines tell you to do. Today, I am giving you the 17 hard truths that separate the rookies from the masters. Let's start with the most controversial one. Secret number 1. Stop eating in the main dining room every night. I know, it sounds crazy. You paid for the white tablecloth experience. You want the waiter to put the napkin in your lap. But here is the reality in 2026. The main dining room is slower than ever before. Kitchens are understaffed, the portions are getting smaller, and you will spend 2 hours sitting there just to get a lukewarm steak. On lines like Princess, MSC, or even Royal Caribbean, the secret is that the buffet is actually better. Yes, the buffet. On prime rib night, the buffet carves the exact same meat as the dining room. But you get it instantly. You get it hot. And you can have as much as you want without judging eyes. Use the dining room for the atmosphere once or twice, sure. But for the actual meal, the pros are upstairs eating while you are still waiting for bread. Secret number 2. Never, ever put your suitcase in the hallway on the last night. The cruise line begs you to do this. They send you tags. They tell you to put them out by 10 p.m. They want to clear the ship fast for the next passengers. But here is the horror story I see every single week in the forums. You pack your bags, you put them in the hallway, you go to sleep, and the next morning you realize you made a terrible mistake. You packed your only pair of long pants, or your car keys, or your blood pressure medication, and now that bag is gone. It is buried under 4,000 other bags in the cruise terminal warehouse. You cannot get it back until you leave the ship. I have seen grown men walking off the ship in their pajamas in 40-degree weather. Don't be that guy. Do self-assist debarkation. Keep your bags in your room. Walk them off yourself the next morning. You are in control, you get off faster, and you never lose your pants. Secret number 3 is a physics lesson that sends people to the infirmary. If you book a balcony cabin, never open your balcony door and your hallway door at the same time. It seems like a nice idea to get a breeze going through the room. But ships are pressurized environments. When you open both ends, it creates a massive wind tunnel effect. The pressure difference is strong enough to slam your heavy cabin door shut. It hits with the force of a hammer. If your fingers are in that door jamb, they are crushed. If a mirror is on the wall, it shatters across the room. Treat your cabin like a spaceship airlock. One door opens, the other must be closed. Let's talk about the quickest way to ruin your vacation budget. Secret number 4, the maritime roaming rule. Do not wait until the ship moves to turn off your cellular data. Many people think, I have an international plan with Verizon, I'm fine. You are not fine. Once that ship leaves the port, your phone connects to cellular at sea. This is a satellite network. It is not covered by your domestic carrier. If your phone automatically downloads one email or updates one app in the background, you could come home to a $300 or $400 phone bill. I am not exaggerating. Put your phone in airplane mode while you are still standing on the dock. Use the ship's Wi-Fi but keep the cellular radio off. Secret number 5. The drink package is usually a scam for the average person. The cruise lines market it as peace of mind. They say, just pay one price and forget about it. But have you done the math? On most lines, you need to drink 6 to 7 cocktails every single day to break even. That is a lot of alcohol. If you have 2 port days where you are off the ship, you are essentially donating money to the cruise line. And in 2026, there's a new gotcha. Some lines, like NCL, charge tax on the value of the package when you are in U.S. waters or certain ports. You might pay tax on drinks you didn't even order. Calculate your habits honestly before you buy. Secret number 6. Stop touching elevator buttons with your fingertips. A cruise ship has 4,000 people touching the same 12 buttons all day long. Norovirus and the flu spread primarily through surface contact. The pro move is simple. Use your knuckle. Or use your elbow. Keep your fingertips clean because they eventually touch your face or your food. Secret number 7. Avoid the tongs at the buffet. I know I just said the buffet is better than the dining room. But the tongs are the dirtiest item on the entire ship. Hundreds of people handle them before you. Always use a napkin to hold the handle. Or immediately sanitize your hands after you get your food and before you take the first bite. Do not be the person who eats a sandwich with tong hands. Secret number 8. The fly. An early rule is not a suggestion, it's a command. You see, post-2025 air travel is, well, unpredictable. Flights are getting canceled daily. If your flight is delayed and you arrive at 4:30 p.m. for a 4 o'clock departure, the ship will not wait for you. They will pull up the gangway and leave you standing on the pier with your luggage. I've seen it happen, and let me tell you, it's heartbreaking. Always fly in one day before. Sleep in a hotel. Wake up refreshed. Secret number 9. Don't trust the port shopping expert. Every ship, you know, has a shopping expert giving seminars. They tell you which jewelry stores are certified and safe. But here is the warning. They're paid sales commissions to send you to those specific stores. The deals are often not deals at all. Honestly, you can often find better prices at the stores, not on their map. Secret number 10. Room service is not free anymore. It used to be a staple of cruising, but now, lines like Royal Caribbean and Celebrity charge a service fee of nearly $10, plus gratuity. That free continental breakfast? It might cost you $15 just to have it delivered. So, check the fine print on the door hanger before you order. Secret number 11. Check your onboard account daily. Seriously, do not wait until the last morning to look at your bill. On the last morning, the guest services line is 3 hours long. Everyone is arguing about charges. If you check your account on the TV app every night, you can catch the mistakes early. Like, hey, I didn't buy this $40 towel. Fix it on Tuesday, not on Saturday morning when you're rushing to leave. Secret number 12, the ship time versus local time trap. This is the number one reason people get left behind in ports. Your phone might automatically update to the local time in Mexico, but the ship stays on ship time, usually Florida time. If there is a 1-hour difference, and you rely on your phone, you will be 1 hour late, and the ship will be gone. Always wear a cheap digital watch set to ship time. Secret number 13. Don't pack all your clothes in one suitcase. If you're traveling with a partner, mix your clothes. Put half of your shirts in her bag, put half of her dresses in your bag. Why? If the airline loses one suitcase, you don't want one person to have 0 clothes for the whole week. This is the insurance policy experienced cruisers swear by. Secret number 14. The wall hook hack. Modern cruise cabins are tiny. There is never enough counter space or drawer space. But here is the secret. The walls and ceilings are metal. Bring a pack of heavy-duty magnetic hooks. Stick them on the wall. Hang your hats, your lanyards, your day bags, your itineraries. It triples your storage space instantly. Secret number 15. The spa raffle is a trap. On day 1, they offer a free spa raffle. It sounds great, but it's actually just a high-pressure sales seminar. They trap you in a room and try to sell you $200 massages and detox products. Your first day on the ship is precious. Don't waste it sitting in a sales pitch. And finally, secret number 17, the breakfast hack. This is honestly my favorite one. On disembarkation day, 90% of people rush off the ship at 7 a.m. They stand in long lines in the terminal. They sit on the floor at the airport. They're miserable. Here's the pro move: stay on the ship. The main dining room usually serves a proper sit-down breakfast until 9 o'clock a.m. Go there. Sit down. Order Eggs Benedict. Drink your coffee in peace while the chaos clears out. They won't kick you off until last call, which is usually around 9:30 or 10 o'clock a.m. You'll be the last person to walk off the ship. You'll walk straight through customs with 0 line, and you'll end your vacation like a civilized human being. Cruising isn't what it used to be. The rules have changed, and the old way of doing things will cost you time and money. If you want to know the new rules for 2026, specifically about passports, you need to watch this video right here. It explains why your blue passport might not be enough to get you into Europe next year. Click it, and I'll see you there.